Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Strifium, and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. We are back in La Castellet. It is, of course, round 10. It's the French Grand Prix, and to take you through the highlights this week, we have, of course, the Club Division finishing out the week. We hope you enjoy these highlights. So, Remco Van Putten on pole position, Zamis in P2. 127.9 from him. He'll be happy with that one, and it's Jake rounding out your top three racers here in the Ferrari. The lights are coming on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here around La Castellet, and I have a feeling we're going to see the timing desync. Yes, there it is. But of course, the engine's fired up. The sound drops. And the cars are away. That is Remco Van Putten away with a fantastic jump off the line here. Zamis in second position. That's Domi looking at him quite closely. Coming down through into turn 1. That's the Ferrari of Jake getting caught off, and that's Zamis. He's been spun round.
Yeah, Tim and Seve got a little bit sideways as well, so he was a little bit out of control, and he struggled to avoid that, so there was a little bit of a situation there, but Freeway, he's had an excellent start. He's up, well, it was 6 positions, but now the VSC's out.
Coming down into the 8-9 chicane, and this is just a train now that has formed behind these drivers in the front, and DRS hasn't even come into play yet. Fraser with a great exit coming out of turn 9. As we move down into 10, he's on the inside just ahead of the Alfa Romeo, and that's going to be Mito looking at the Alfa Romeo as well. Now down the outside, Money drops off the brakes, and it's a great exchange we're seeing here. Fraser goes a little deep, and now there's a big spin. That's the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren caught up in an incident, and Mito and the Alfa just... what on earth happened between those two?
But Shenzhen and Alex Biddle are living proof that these medium tires are rapid, and here comes Shenzhen with a whole heap of pace compared to the Ferrari, and you believe they were racing 2 different classes of cars. How quickly overtaking DRS will get you past. He does it at an opportune moment. It could hold out Alex Biddle just enough to sort of give Shenzhen a little advantage.
Nigel
might
now
not mean much.
On the inside of Lamp into turn 8, now through 9. Lamp looking to defend against the Racing Point. Nigel gets him.
Take on these wearing softs, and that's a full safety car. It's Finn in the Alpha Tauri.
With Money coming out of turn 9 with a good exit coming into turn 10, and we have another safety car. That's Tim and Sever. And I have no idea where he could have crashed that car coming down a straight.
So the tires a little bit faster at the time being, but whether they'll be that way at the end of this race, as Fraser still not decided to go around the final corner. There he goes. He has unleashed this grid. And you can see Remco Van Putten getting a good run on Money down towards the first corner, and it's Jake as well at the inside of Seb. Into turn 1, Remco Van Putten in P5, but he's going to get P4. Seb very slippery out of P2, and that's caused Remco Van Putten to slam on the brakes. He's lost all 3 positions. So Domi, he's now up into P3, taking advantage of all of them getting caught up in that issue, and he is now in a very good position, 6 lap old hards. Further down the grid, lots of positions being exchanged. Remco back into P5. We've got Freeware off the track. Down in turns 4 and 5. Shenzhen running very wide. Fraser's just managed to keep traction, and they're side by side, pretty much touching throughout the entire corner. Now into turn 12. Kenners has taken too much of the inside curb, and that's going to spin his car around.
No need for the tower as it's Alex Biddle coming out of turn 7. DRS overtake. Not a lot of overtake. That battery's quite low, but he's going to get alongside now. Coming down into 8-9.
Yeah, and behind them as well, Zamis has just got past Jake, so he is still gunning for what could be a podium here for the Renault driver, despite the poor start he had to this race.
In that Mercedes quite close to him. DRS is not going to help the Renault in this situation. Great energy conservation coming out of that Mercedes and ZZ9. He's up the inside now.
And now DRS. It does look like the sky is darkening here. I think it's going to be too late, but it is Remco Van Putten into the lead of this race. Pit lane, he's getting off of these medium tyres. What's he opting for here?
Domi wheel to wheel with Van Putten coming through turns 1 and 2. He drops back, and Alex Biddo's going to take advantage here. He looks at him. Domi with a little bit of a weave to the inside line there. Doesn't want to let Alex through and says, hey, give me a second. Let me get back in the lead of this race before you try and overtake me. But Alex isn't sitting around. They're coming through turn 5. We have the beautiful aerial view here, and this is where the moves are going to happen. Alex Biddo with great tire wear on those hards right now in comparison to the drivers ahead. You're going to see overtake for both the Williams and the Ferrari here. It's Remco Van Putten who stands to lose in this equation right now. As we come down into the 8-9 chicane, Domi with a move to the outside on the Red Bull through into the chicane. That's Remco Van Putten. Now Domi cleared through out in front. Alex Biddo watching this unfold on his onboard. A Ferrari, and Alex Biddo very fortunate not to be missing a front wing right now. But Remco Van Putten, we've seen this before. Domi did it last lap. Is he going to be able to do it again? Around the outside, we've seen this exchange before, except we're just seeing it from a different angle. Domi has done it again. 2 laps in a row. He's gone to that outside line through into turn 8. He gets the inside through turn 9, and he holds off that Red Bull, but this time something's different. That's Alex Biddo, wheel to wheel coming into turn 10. He's got the Red Bull on the outside. Remco Van Putten goes quite wide. The Ferrari holding to the inside, coming through 11, but it's Van Putten with the switchback, and what a move from the Dutchman, and he's going to really want to hunt down the Hungarian now because he is sick and tired of getting overtaken on the turn through 8-9. Been able to hold off Remco Van Putten, and it could be that he's been able to hold him off long enough that the pace on the mediums is no longer the optimal pace required to win this race, which is going to mean the world to a Ferrari driver like Alex Biddo in third right now with a few laps remaining in this one.
Well, there's another piece to the puzzle that we haven't really spoken about, and that's penalties. Domi right now, 8 seconds, a 5 and a 3. Remco, only 3 seconds, and Alex Biddo has 5 seconds, and Zamas has 3. So,
wow, what
it's
a
a very
mix-up.
interesting situation. So that means that I think Remco would be P1 right now.
Brewer and Henry have had a crash. A big crash, it would seem. They are both out, and there's a safety car deployed.
I think he could
So
have a
tight right
race
now.
win on his
Biddo and
hands.
Remco are wheel to wheel coming into 15 here, and Domi's just waiting to pull this trigger right now. And he has pulled the trigger. He's had a great exit. Remco Van Putten under immediate threat from Alex Biddo. We're back to green flag racing. At the line now is Alex Biddo and Van Putten coming into turn 2, and Domi has already pulled out a second. He's had a fantastic start to this race. We're going to jump back at Zamas, the driver who thought he could get on these softs. Let's see what he's able to do about it. With all of these drivers on these worn tires ahead, he's going to drive like a madman through this grid. Coming down through turn 3, turn 4 now, turn 5. He's so tight to the rear of this Ferrari, and now there's a little bit of a spin. He just needs to get a clear line through. He does. He gets it. He's into 6th position. That's 1. Now there's a big spin. Jake, who is this? What on earth has happened here? Alex Biddo on the rear of Van Putten now, coming down the pit straight into turn 1. No DRS in this race. We're on the final lap. He looks to the outside. Remco Van Putten holding the optimal line through there. Still having exchanges. Seb's come into the pit lane. Zamas is in 7th, still on these soft compound tires. Fraser's gotten ahead of him, and Fraser on the inside now. Who's that? It's his teammate ZZ9 coming down through. He's on the inside coming through turn 5, just ahead of ZZ9. ZZ9 on those hards. Not a lot he's going to be able to do about this, but Van Putten on these mediums getting good traction. What's it going to be like for Alex? This is a fight for serious podiums. It could be the win. It could be the win with the penalties. Wow, Van Putten holding very well in that Red Bull, and he could be on for a race win. Like we said, the penalties so much. Astrate now wheel to wheel with that's Fraser, excuse me. ZZ9 has the Renault of Zamas right up his gearbox right now. It's been an overtake between Alex Biddo. They're coming so close. Down through turn 14, it's wheel to wheel. That's the Red Bull on the inside. That's going to flip over to the inside for the Ferrari, and it looks like Alex might just get him here. A little bit of a tap into the rear of the Red Bull. He's going to have a compromised exit. He's gone real slidey. Fraser might catch him as well, but it's going to be Domi taking the checkered flag first. Remco Van Putten with the win here in France, and Fraser gets the podium in third with Zamas P4, Astrate P5. Alex Biddo drops into 6th position with ZZ9 in 8th after Money takes the flag. And what a race finish this was. Freeware now coming out of turn 15. He's going to go across the checkered line. What's it going to be for him when Henry finishes this race? This race has been absolutely wild, and Henners jumps freeware into 9th, and it's going to be Seb, the last driver here, coming through turn 15 in the Renault. What is the situation going to be like for him? What a race. That was a very dynamic race, and all I can say is the stewards are going to be convening for quite some time about what to do with some of the conduct. Of course, all the onboards are going to be requested for this one because that was absolutely wild. And there it is, Remco Van Putten, after the penalties were handed down from the in-game stewards at the very least. He gets the win, representing the Michael Schumacher avatar there. You have the Williams of Domi in second, and it was the Mercedes of Fraser in third for this one.